Last year or two, I'm going to be like, okay, I can't really use this photo for my like 27 anymore. But now it's starting to be like, not that you're supposed to be thinking about that.
You are here for a super cool screening, double shot of two films. The prime feature is a film called Island of Lost Souls, which I'm sure you know by now is based on the original H.G. Wells book, The Island of Dr. Moreau, which was also made into one of the worst movies of all time. This movie is actually, I think, one of the greatest sci-fi films in the 1930s, and it has one of the best performances with Charles Laughton, who is one of America's great forgotten actors. I mean, can do no wrong, and he's amazing in this. This film has a very special entrance into this festival, different than most films. As you know, I'm a filmmaker and I go on the festival track and I go to all sorts of festivals. I was so excited in 2012 when my just brand new sci-fi short got accepted into this film festival. I don't know if I'm going to call them out and name their name, but I was so excited because it was named after the greatest science fiction author, and who had wrote many short stories that have been made into movies, some of which were penned by Dan O'Bannon. That's all I'm going to say. He had nothing to do with the Sci-Fi Festival, but the Sci-Fi Festival was named after this author. Anyway, I went to this festival so excited that my film was playing there. And the first night was great, and the movies were great, and the venue was great, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. But that wasn't where my film was playing. My film was playing in this other venue. So I go across town. This is New York, so I have to get on the subway. I'm over there. So I show up at the venue. I'm trying to be early because I'm like a filmmaker. And I'm the only one there. And then more people show up, other filmmakers. We start talking. Then there's some people who are just coming to see films, and they're there. And we're all talking, and we realize, like, the show was supposed to start like 10 minutes ago. There is nobody from the film festival at this venue at all. And we didn't know what to do because, I didn't know what to do. It was the first time I'd actually been to another film festival other than the one I was working at. So me and a couple of the other filmmakers broke into the projection booth and found a stack of, I believe it was DVDs, because it was 2012 and we still played things off crap media like that. And they were just sitting there in a stack, and we're like, oh, these are the DVDs for the show. Here's a DVD player. We flipped some switches. We started playing our own DVDs for everybody who was there. One of the filmmakers who was there with this super cool kind of retro horror film was this guy, Woelfel. And I've kept in contact with him for a number of years. And he reached out to me late last year, I think, or maybe early this year. And he's like, I've got this weird project I've been working on. I'm doing a new score for a really old movie. And it was actually, I'll be honest, I had never seen this movie. I'd never seen Island of Lost Souls. But obviously I love H.G. Wells and I love Charles Laughton. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I watched it, and super cool. And I was like, you gotta come and do this at the festival. Originally we were thinking about doing it around the year in one of our year-round events, but I just wanted to kind of share it with you guys because as we started to have retros in the festival, it made sense. So we're super excited to have the world premiere of a brand new score for Island of Lost Souls, composed by Woelfel, and I'd like to invite him up to the stage for a second to give you a brief intro.
Hello, I didn't realize you hadn't seen this movie until so this version was the first time you saw it?
Yeah.
Groovy. Who else will join Bears in seeing the Island of Lost Souls for the first time? Okay, so that will keep me from telling you some fun facts, which would just be terrible spoilers. Yeah, I did a score for this movie because I was looking for an old film to do music to. I'm a filmmaker that filmed Bearsaw at that festival called Season of Darkness, which has now become Asylum of Darkness, because in the world of streaming, everything has to start with an A.
That's right.
And that'll come out next year.
It could be American Darkness as well.
We can better, I can still change it. That comes out next year, but after that, I actually was looking for something to do as a personal project, and so I did a score for this movie. And then once I started putting the score in, I was like, this is a jungle movie, and there's no jungle sounds, and there's ADR, but there's no feet, because this is 1932, so it's a really early sound film. But it's not all static and weird like those films are. It's really brilliantly shot and edited. This is Charles Laughton, just about to become a big star with Mutiny on the Bounty. This movie was a big hit. It was Paramount trying to fight with Universal. The director went on to get hired by Universal to do a bunch of movies for them. It's Bela Lugosi after Dracula. Supposedly he'd run out of money, and he turned. The rumors were that Bela turned down Frankenstein because he didn't want to wear makeup. So he took this role because he's all in makeup. And the other kind of knock, which I want to explain, is Bela Lugosi only got paid $800 to be in this movie, and Charles Laughton got paid more. Yeah, that's because Charles Laughton's in a lot more days than Bela. So Bella's day rate, don't feel sorry for Bela during this movie. So we took sound effects and kind of smoothed out the whole thing and added jungle ambience and all that kind of stuff. Got in Jeff Lee, who I did all the heavy lifting for me. And this is the only way to see this. I don't own this movie to release it. I'll happily, I'm promoting and selling the music separately, but you guys are the first audience to get to see this, and it's not, commercially released or anything. So I'm really interested to see what you guys think. It's the first audience I've seen it with, and I hope you like it. I'll talk afterwards and explain the spoilers.